Welcome to another episode of the Shop Walk here at Iconic Motorbikes. It is October 29th. We're almost at Halloween.
Yeah.
For Halloween, his costume is going to be a Ducati technician as opposed to all the Kawasaki stuff. This fine gentleman, Angel, is working on this really cool Ducati Sport Classic, the 1000. Yeah. We showed this off in a previous episode of the Shop Walk. And all right, tell the people, you gotta talk to me because I got the mic, but tell the people what you did.
Oh yeah, so we got this bike in on I think like Saturday or something from a customer, and then today we did the service. We did some belts, a safety inspection, and he also recommended a new battery and a battery charger lead. And I'm already done, so getting her all prepped up, ready to go back to the owner.
There you go. I do want to fire this up for you, but Mr. Riff, could you come back here? So this bike has turn signals from an aftermarket company called Watson. Can you power, just ignition it and show the turn signals? Yeah. These things are, there you go. They're insanely tiny, and apparently these are no longer in production. They actually make a smaller version now. Yeah. I mean, this can't be legal, but you know, whatever. But there you go. So very, very tiny turn signals on this one. More importantly, like Angel said, he did the belts, which is cool. And it's got the open clutch cover. This thing's gonna sound cool. Can you fire it up for us, sir? So I always love seeing the belts and of course the clutch. Yeah, pull the clutch in. There you go. You got the dry clutch sound. There you go. Good man. We'll give it a couple revs here. V-twins are the best. Or if you're a Ducati person, L-twin, but whatever. That's L-twin, yeah, there you go. All the Ducati folks, L-twin. But the point is the same. V-twins, my favorite in the world of motorcycling. We're gonna go from kind of the opposite to a V-twin. Thank you, Angel. We're over here in Yanni's Bay. He's working on a Gixxer. God, is this a 750 or 1100? It's 750. Thank you, sir. So this one's got kind of a sad story. This bike, our partner Mark Lane runs Iconic Canada West. He's based in British Columbia. He sold us on our auction site to a gentleman in Arizona, one of our regular clients. Really great gentleman, on both sides. We used a company called Shipmoto, and they screwed it up. And you know it happens. I mean, you can see the size of this dent. It's pretty gnarly. Apparently another bike fell into it, put a dent in the frame, and then also scratched it. And look, things happen in shipping. It's a numbers game. But my partner Adam did a social media video about this earlier today, and frankly, the folks over at Shipmoto have really been not pleasant to deal with. So we would strongly recommend you find someone else if you're ever going to do Canada to US shipments. We've had good luck with, for example, TFX. They're not the cheapest out there, but they'll never do this to you. Or heaven forbid, if they do something like that, they'll make it right at least. So yeah, unfortunately, thumbs down for Shipmoto on this one. But so we're figuring it out with the insurance company. Yanni, as you can see, is taking things apart because the way it's working out with them, we're probably going to have to strip this down to parts, which is such a bummer because it runs. Yeah. Like it's like it really was a nice bike when it sold, and you know, like it hurts my heart to take a running bike and strip it down for parts, but just financially, legally, this probably won't ever be able to be a running bike anymore. So that's the negative. I guess if there's any sort of positive on this, if you do have a Gixxer 750 of similar vintage and you need some stuff to bring your bike back to life, Yanni will help make that happen. So this one's got what, 23,905 miles on it. And like Yanni said, it was a good runner. Honestly, I don't want to talk about it. This really, I hate this. That bums me out. So we're gonna stop talking about that. We're gonna go on to happier news. Yeah, exactly. Happier news. The collection in Japan, the container that came to us, this is one of those bikes, Honda NSR 250 SP. This is the MC28 generation, which means, if you can come on this side, sir, sorry. It's got the single-sided swing arm, which is very, very pretty to me. It's also got the card ignition system we've talked about a bunch. And this, I don't know the mileage because it's not powered up right now. It's a digital odometer, but you can see in here, I mean, there's some grime, but realistically, this thing is pretty gosh darn clean. Ollie's a fan. How many? 3,600 kilometers. Thank you, sir. So yeah, it's an SP. They only made what? Is it 500 or 1,500? Thank you, 1,500. They made 1,500 of these in this year. It would have been a 92 probably if it's a Rothmans. And no. What year is this?
94.
94, thank you. Sorry, so the MC28, yes. That would have been a 94 model. And yeah, just one of 1,500, one of the few ones that came to the US. Got a couple of upgrades. I can see this carbon fiber chain guard / rear fender here, which is looking pretty tasty. But yeah, this is gonna be a cool one. We're waiting on paperwork with when it comes to imported bikes, it does take a while to get that kind of stuff done. But we'll have that up on the auction site pretty soon, which I'm very excited about. Thank you, Ollie. Lastly, the professor over here working on a Ducati, an old Dharma, 900 Dharma. And oh, look at this. Ducati, you never see these things off. So there you go. So Steve, you got a second to explain to the fine people watching what you're doing?
I'm basically trying to see if the clutch is seized right now. I put a new cable on it. The cable was completely seized up. It was a mess.
Okay.
So we put a new cable on it, and still takes Hercules to pull in the clutch. Now I don't think it's pulling in. I think it's just bending the arm.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I don't think the plates are separating. So I pulled that cover off so I could watch it when I
Fair
put
enough.
the cable back up.
Okay. Is it connected right now?
Yeah, but I don't have the cable hooked up.
Okay, no worries. We'll come back to that in the
Now the
future.
cable's hooked up.
Oh, it is. Can I give it a yank?
I'll probably tighten it up a little bit.
Makes sense. No worries. So Steve's doing his thing. Obviously when it comes to older bikes, parts can be difficult. So he's gonna work his magic. One of the things I think is worth noting, well actually I'd say two things. One, you can see here what the old school frame tags used to be. What's up, buddy?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean just the tiniest bit, tiniest bit when he pulls on it.
They're seized.
But that's okay. Well, there you go.
I
So
gotta pull this cover off and then pop all the plates apart.
and get the plates going. Okay. Sadly, that is the life with some of these old bikes. Love these. Are these M1Rs?
I think so.
Yeah, I think they are too. The Marzocchi, the M1R. So these are cool. I always love these. And then I'm gonna poke back here. Also, the Marzocchi forks, but that sticker has obviously seen some bitter days. As has a lot of the bike. Such as there's a lot of rust on this one, but I mean, gosh. Oh God, it's got the Conti pipes. The factory, you can see, so it's got Ducati stamping on it, but the Conti exhaust is always, these things sound great. So when Steve's done with it, we'll show you a test ride video and that kind of thing on our social media. But yeah, this one's gonna need a little bit more time with the professor. I guess that wraps up the shop walk today. Thanks for watching. Oh wait, you know what? Can we just do a little, I saw one thing over here. It's kind of hidden, but I just want to talk about this real quick. 2006 Kawasaki ZX-10R, bought new by a client who ended up moving to France recently, and that's why it's for sale. But he bought it new, 2006, and then he sent it to Carrie Andrew in 2005. Carrie, of course, runs Hypercycle, legend in the Go Fast motorcycle community, and Carrie went nuts on this thing. The owner of this bike has an invoice for $7,500 for what Carrie calls a Superbike Stage 3 kit. Includes all kinds of stuff. The motor, the head is ported. Oh God, I can't even remember. There's a whole bunch of, thank you, sir. Kelly helping me out here with the visuals, I appreciate that. Just off the top of my head, goodies on this one, Attack bodywork, Attack rear sets, Penske shock, up in there, Acura full exhaust, Woodcraft protection here. I mentioned the Attack bodywork already. AIM timing, Matrix steering damper, Brembo master cylinder here on the brakes, Vortex clip-ons. I know I'm missing a couple of things, and I do apologize for this. I wasn't even planning on talking about this, but again, it's crazy. Oh, you know what? It's got a 16.5-inch Marchesini rear wheel, which we can sell you the slicks for if you really want to go crazy. From a standpoint, the 16.5 is included separately, so this has different wheels on it right now. But yeah, I mean, Stig Peterson at PPS Suspension redid the forks. They've got oh man, I want to say it's Öhlins cartridges in the forks. I want to say 25 millimeters, but again, I apologize. I kind of surprised myself by talking about this one, so I forgot to do my research on it. I think that's pretty much it. Again, it's got a crazy motor in this. We're big fans of Kawasaki, especially the ZX-10. So if you're looking for a classic race bike, I mean, obviously we've been doing the armor racing. This could be an incredible specimen for like next gen Superbike 3 or something like that. But just a lot of cool stuff on this bike. And we have a whole bunch of other stuff. In fact, I'm gonna keep this video going for one more bike.
Oh, dude, the coolest bike in the shop?
Oh, see, yeah, Angel's good. Angel knows what's up. We had 3 bikes come to us, and I'm just gonna talk about them real quick. I'm gonna talk about 2 of them. So the third one, which I can't see, actually it's a BMW GS over there. I love BMW GSs, but they're not the sexiest thing, so we'll skip it for now. But that's gonna go up for an auction site. This thing, roughly 3,000 miles on this Ducati Monster, the Tricolore S4RS, my favorite monster of all time. These things, if you could show right here, they made 400 of them, and as you can see there on that cover, they told you what the production number was. Normally on Ducatis, they do it on the top triple, but there you go, 252 out of 400. But this is the S4RS with the Tester Stretta motor. Like I said, my favorite monster of all time. This will be going up on the auction site once the service department has a chance to look at it. And then we've got this one, the Triumph Daytona Super 3. You look at like the monster, the Tricolore, everyone knows, or almost everyone knows what's up with that. They know the bike, they know the livery, they know the Öhlins suspension, the Brembo brakes, all the good stuff. Not enough people know about this bike. Triumph only made about 800 of these, and less than 200 made it in the US. What makes this special, it's basically like under the fancy bodywork or the fancy colorway, what do you want to call it? This is a Daytona 900. Triumph partnered with Cosworth. Cosworth, hopefully it rings a bell with you. Fantastic engine builder company or like tuning house out of England. They've done a lot of work with World Rally Championships. They've done a lot of work with Ford, some of the coolest Fords ever from the car world, done with Cosworth, and this is no exception. So Triumph partnered with Cosworth. Cosworth did a few things. They developed a new technique in terms of how to like press sandcast an engine, and they use that here. There's better cams. There's, there's 6-pot calipers on this, and you can even see there it says Triumph 6, which is cool. There's a few upgrades to this, and of course the paint job that really sets it off, and you can see Super 3 here. There's a couple of things that I apologize. Again, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but I just couldn't help myself. So the Super 3, really, really cool. This will be going up on our auction site as well. This one has about 10,417 miles that you see on it. But like I said, more motor, more brakes, just more everything, and a dash of exclusivity due to the limited production. I'm not a huge fan of yellow bikes. I've mentioned that in previous shop walks before, but that Ducati that we talked about over in Angel's Lift, I think is gorgeous, and I also think this is pretty fine. So, with all that said, thank you for bearing with me, a little extra patience on this shop walk as I kept it going. But if you have any questions, please let me know, and we'll do our best to answer. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one.